I'm Parker Fleming. I coach wide receivers, and I'm in my second year here at James Madison. Receivers are, we got to be explosive this year. It's one of the things that we really didn't have last season was a ton of explosives out of the receivers. We're going to focus on daily consistency too. So that's kind of an odd duo, being explosive and consistent. But the little things that we're going to focus on are blocking and making big plays on the perimeter, catching the ball. The model that we have here is strength of the unit, which means that each position group is in charge of themselves and monitoring their production on the field and who they are off the field. So we keep ourselves to a really high standard academically, morally, socially, everything we do, and we think that when you do it all off the field, it all shows up on the field. So in the receivers room, we have an understanding that if you can't be trusted in everything that you do off the field, then you can't be trusted on Saturdays. So we monitor it, we stay on top of each other and make sure that we have a really good, strong, tight-knit group so that when we get on to Saturdays, there's no question about what's going to happen on the field. Well, we're going to run the ball first as an offense. That's what we want to do. So my receivers have to understand that there's a lot more to playing receiver in this offense than just catching balls and scoring touchdowns. You have to be able to block on the perimeter, and you have to really be able to spread the field both horizontally and vertically, and that's where we come in. If you can run the ball on the perimeter, now defenses have some issues, and if you can throw the ball downfield versus man coverage, or when defenders load the box up, you can really have explosive plays. So we really have to keep defenses honest. If we can't make plays, they don't have to guard us, then they have a lot more people to defend the run. So we have to understand that we're a run-first offense, and our role is really beating one-on-one and making the team guard the entire field. The receivers group from last season, they had a very, very big role in the offense in terms of obviously catching passes and blocking, like we said. But we've lost two huge players, two starters. Daniel Brown and DeAndre were big-time players last year for us. So how are we going to replace them will be by committee. We're hoping to have 6, 7, 8 guys all get in the rotation and play. But what we're really looking for is guys that we had last season. Brandon Ravenel has to step up and do it even better than he did last season. Ishmael Hyman is explosive. He needs to become more consistent. Rashard Davis, he got dinged up a little bit last season, and we really saw him struggle at the end of the year with the ankle. So if he can be consistent and stay on the field, he's explosive as well. Ever since John Miller showed up, we really saw him as a guy that can be a hybrid, a running back in the backfield, a receiver out of the backfield, and line him up at receiver and threaten defenses that way. So we're hoping to really get him involved in the game plan and really exploit his ability to catch passes and run the ball. We've got some young freshmen and one junior college transfer that have to come in and play for us right away. So what we need to have is a really good camp so we can get that 6, 7, 8-man rotation. And that way in this fast-paced offense, we can have a rotation of 1 or 2 groups, and there's no drop-off from the first group to the second group. James Madison is an awesome, I call it a hybrid school because it's a big school that has a small school feel. So when you want to go to a school that you're lost in the shuffle and there's just everybody as a number and things like that, yeah, you can do that at big schools this size. But this is not one of them. This place has a really, really unique feel of small campus, small school, intimate, but also there's 20,000 students here, and it's in a city that really cares about football. So we packed a stadium on Saturdays, and we packed a classroom on Monday through Friday, but it doesn't feel like you're at one of those places that you're just another number. So it really helps everybody excel in whatever they need, and you get both worlds.